Good y'all, it is your boy, Babypipe, and we're back here today. We got to do some spooky, scary stories, bro. Look, y'all, this is bro, it is mid-July and you're watching some scary shit, bro. Wait for October. Look, I'm live on Twitch right now. I'm just watching random stuff right now. So, yeah. Hey, but we're building up the channel, so this might get some horror fans, y'all. And then they're gonna see, oh, this dude does other stuff? Yeah, I do other stuff. And if you're new here, like, subscribe, comment, bro. Sorry, this was a weak, low-key, this intro was weak as shit, bro. But if y'all new here, like, subscribe, comment. Let's hop into today's video. Join the Twitch, and I'll see y'all next time. Okay, I had a girlfriend who stalked me. I don't know how your girlfriend stalked you, buddy, but
my name is Dan. This happened 3 years ago.
Dan?
I moved out of my parents' house once I started making a steady paycheck.
Okay.
I'm a plumber, and one day I had to go to someone's house to fix some pipes. There was a married couple and their daughter living there. Their daughter was 22 at the time.
Oh, she
was 6 months older than me, and her name was Amanda.
Look at her smiling, bro.
While I was working, she
sight.
was talking to me, asking if I was single and stuff like that. And to be honest, she seemed pretty cute.
Yeah,
we exchanged phone numbers and eventually started dating. And she even moved into my house. We were 3 months into our relationship, and stuff started to get out of hand.
Yeah,
she was always getting mad and annoyed so easily. She always started arguments, and so on. This began to happen all of the time, even in public, which was incredibly embarrassing.
Nigga, put some hands on me. Ooh!
One day I had enough, and I had to break up with her, and I told her to leave and never come back. Amanda was pretty pissed off when I said that. I just ignored her when she was packing her stuff. She finally left. Or
why she look good?
After that day, she would always show up at my house, harass me, throw rocks at my window.
No, that's a demon. That's a demon.
I called the cops many times, but she was gone by the time they showed up. About a month later, when I came home from working, I would find her in her house, yelling at me to come back, or I'd find writing on my walls that would say, "Come back, or I'll kill you."
Bro, if she's not this insane for you, she is not the one. If she says, I'm gonna kill everyone you love if you don't come back to me, she is not the one, bro. Come on, y'all. Aw.
Eventually went from pencil to marker,
crazy bitch.
and then her own fucking blood.
Oh, that's
yes,
tough.
I'm being serious when I said blood. That bitch carved my name a bunch of times into her arms and legs. She only got into my house.
Bro, if she's not cutting herself for you, she is not the one. That is facts, 100%.
Because I forgot to take the house key back from her at the time.
The house key
too? I'm such an idiot.
That's wicked.
You know, that psycho knew where my parents lived and showed up to their house during the night. My mom almost had a heart attack when she woke up to the sound of a knife being tapped on the window glass. When she woke up, she saw Amanda standing there, staring at her,
Amanda, get a
smiling at her. Amanda did a lot, which really pissed me off. So one night, I decided to stay overnight at my parents' house.
Why don't you just grab the gun and shoot the bitch, my nigga?
When I heard a tapping noise in the window next to me, I turned and saw Amanda staring right at me. Her eyes were wide open and red. She had bags under her eyes and a huge smile. I went outside and started yelling at her to stay away from me and my family, but she screamed at the top of her lungs and charged at me with a knife. I punched her right in the face, which knocked her out. I called the cops and made sure Amanda didn't wake up.
I told you to be doing that, bro.
The cops came quickly while Amanda was knocked out. They found my house key on her, and she was arrested and eventually sentenced for a long while. After Amanda was sentenced, my parents and I moved out of state because we'd like to stay as far away from Amanda as we possibly can, because she will eventually be released.
How was that demon ass stare, bro? Bro thinks he's fucking Sasuke, bro, or fucking Orochimaru, nigga. A creepy guy who stalked me.
When I was 17 years old, I went to my friend's birthday party. Lots of teenagers were drinking illegally. However, I was never into that kind of stuff, so I just sat with other friends and we just—
Yo, this is giving me Zendaya flashbacks, bro. That shit was wicked, bro. Wicked. R.I.P. Tom Holland.
Just talked. Then, one guy I had never met before joined the party and started talking to another group of people. Soon he turned to me and introduced himself as John. He was quite tall and had remarkably blue eyes. He seemed like a pretty nice guy at first, but he gradually started to act weird. He kept following me and seemed to have a strong obsession with me. One of my friends, Callum, saw my discomfort, so he said,
"Quit it, man. Don't be a creep."
John looked back at Callum, and the look in his eyes made my skin crawl.
"Why?"
"She's mine." What he said was kind of creepy, so I called my dad to come and get me. Callum stayed with me while I was waiting for my dad at the front of the house. "He's watching us," Callum told me, and my body went stiff. "Here, hold my hand. If he thinks we're together, he might give up."
Damn.
So I held his
hand. That's game! That is game, y'all don't understand. That's game, bro. He's trying to get some punani. I fuck with that.
Hand. And then a loud shout of anger came from behind us. We both looked, and John was headed straight towards us. I was getting really worried. He looked like he was going to hit Callum. But just then my dad arrived. So I grabbed Callum's hand and we ran to the car. As soon as we both jumped in, I explained everything to him. When we dropped him off at his house and returned home, I was leaning over my bed and about to go to sleep, and then I heard the front gate open. When I looked out the window, to my horror,
bro, he walked to your house, bro?
John was sneaking into our yard. Dad got mad when I told him this, so he grabbed his baseball bat and went straight outside. But when he came back after a while, he was frowning. He said, "You left your jacket." When I got my jacket, a small piece of paper fell out of my pocket. Dad picked it up and opened it. "You're mine, Michelle." A few weeks passed. That experience had made me and Callum really close, so we started dating.
Damn.
One day, while we were watching a movie at the theater, I really had to go to the toilet. I rushed to the bathroom to avoid missing too much of the film.
Yo, is movies on the first date W date or nah? Is that shit ass? Cause I'm gonna lie to you, I never had a girl. Very, very tragic.
On my way back, at the door of the theater, John was there. He looked furious and was actually crying.
Look at his boy crying.
Then he rushed towards me and said,
"How could you do this to me?"
I was baffled.
On some jinxie shit.
"I haven't done anything to you." He just stood there, stared at me, so I rushed back into the theater and told Callum what was going on. We left the theater immediately. I was pretty nervous about what happened, but I also thought everything would be alright soon. However, I was totally wrong. A few days later, I was in my backyard working on my art project when I heard sobbing. I turned around and John was there, holding a small container of medication in his left hand. My legs began to tremble as he moved closer to me. "Why are you here?" I asked him. "I missed you, Michelle. I've been following you nearly every day. Are you with Callum just to make me jealous because it's working? But no, you are wrong." As John began smiling, my mouth went dry. "I don't even know you, so please leave." But when I said this, he began crying again as he pulled out a knife and pointed it at me. I screamed and began running towards my back fence. But before I reached it, he caught my shirt and pulled me to the ground. He held the knife to my cheek and then yelled, "I love you, Michelle. Nobody else can have you. You're mine." I was horrified, and tears were rolling down my face. "Get off her!" All of a sudden, my dad, who was gardening outside, quickly ran towards us. He beat him up with a bat, and then tied him up with a rope he got out of his shed. And I heard John mutter, "I thought you were alone." Once my dad made sure I was alright, he called the police and Callum. John began laughing like a maniac and yelled out in anger when he was arrested.
"I kissed her. She's mine. Mine."
Later, we got a phone call from the police, and it turned out that he was high on drugs, and his room was full of pictures of me, as well as a diary describing plans to kidnap and murder me. After that, John was sentenced to jail for 7 years. I'm 22
7 years? Come
now,
on
and
now.
Callum and I are still together. We've just moved to the city together recently. I have deleted all social media, but I'm still in fear. We are 2 years away from the date John will be released.
2 years?
And I know that one day in the future, John will likely come looking for me again.
Damn, bro, got that, whatchamacallit? Final girl ass, aura. Damn, this video was released 4 years ago, so that's 2 years. So by my math, John's free, and then by 2 years, he's probably looking for it now, because he probably remembered it. Or he probably looked for it straight away. I don't know. John could be his old man, y'all. Yeah, but W Dad.